Hey, there's two people that were part of this team, very important part of the team, that couldn't be here today, and that would be Micah and Shara Jacobson. So they made a video, and we're going to just turn to that right now and hear from them.
Hey, Liberty. So we've been asked to share a little bit about our Philippines trip that we just went on. The first question we were asked was, what was your whoa moment?
You know, you get different ideas in your head about things, and especially when you've never done it before. And I've never been on a missions trip, and I kind of had this idea in my head that we're going to go there, we're going to take them the gospel, and we're going to take God to the Philippines. And what do you know? We get there, and God's got all kinds of things already going on. He's there, and He's got churches started and orphanages and people, and He's moving through all of them, doing awesome things in them. And yeah, I didn't have to bring God to the Philippines. I just had to show up and experience Him there just like anywhere else. So yeah, it was whoa.
Yeah, one cool thing that we did was we had like a young adult youth night, and being able to experience worshiping God with them was truly amazing. Just to worship God with people that we barely even know, and they're from halfway around the world, but we can come together and just get real with God, and it was a really cool experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really was. Next question on the list was, what was your favorite part of the Philippines?
I would have to say my favorite part about the Philippines was visiting the orphanage and playing with all the kids. I definitely enjoyed that. They got a little piece of my heart. Okay, maybe a big piece of my heart. There was the first day that we hung out with them, we were all playing kickball, and I realized that this one girl, Grace, wasn't really playing kickball. She didn't seem to be into it, so she went over to the bag of toys that we had brought and grabbed out a set of jacks. And so she went and sat down on the sidewalk, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go play with her. Not that I really know how to play jacks very well, or I'm not very good at it. And
I'm worse.
I expected her to, just play with the bouncy ball and, throw the jacks around or something. But no, to my surprise, she was a rock star. She was really good at it. She was kind of teaching me things, even with the language barrier. I was learning. But anyway, we were just really connecting, and then every day after that she saw me, she'd get this big smile on her face. It would just melt my heart. So I'd have to say the kids definitely were one of my favorite parts. So
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
And really hard to leave them. Very hard.
Yeah. Even me, I really wanted to come home because I really love being home, but even for me it was hard.
I wasn't ready to leave. Anyway, and the last question that we were asked, well, it's actually more towards you, is what was it that you talked about in one of the villages?
I guess the main subject I talked about was the integrity of God's Word, and how Steve and I went to a seminar once that where Andrew Womack talked about Hebrews chapter 1 verse 3, and how it says that Jesus is the exact representation of God's nature and the radiance of His glory, and it goes on to say that He upholds all things by the word of His power. And and Andrew Womack goes on in his southern drawl to explain how this is could more accurately be said that, or a more direct translation would be that He upholds things by the integrity of His word, that the power of His word is the integrity, that because God's never told a lie, that He can't tell a lie, that His when He says something, that it has to be, that the power in His word is the integrity of it. And I was like, okay, cool. I thought I understood what he said, but it didn't really impact me that much. And I didn't really think that much more about it, I don't think. And then a month later, I was listening to a song by Skillet called Stars. And it talks about, you spoke a word and time began, told oceans where to start and where to end. And when those words were, when that part of the song was playing, it got me thinking about, how God spoke the world into existence. He spoke, and there was light, and he spoke, and things became. And then the chorus goes on to say, if you can hold the stars in place, you can hold my heart the same. If ever I fall away, or if ever I start to break. So here I am lifting up my heart to the one who holds the stars. And it got me thinking about how, all this stuff around us, the ground we're standing on, the stars, even man-made things, the material is all held together by God's word. If God's word ever was to the integrity was ever lost, if ever God did tell a lie, which he won't, that stuff would just disintegrate and disappear. And I spent most of my life basing my own, like looking at myself and my stance on, like if I was trying to stand on the promises or anything like that. And then here I'm listening to the song and realizing that my whole life I've been standing on his word without even realizing it. And instead of focusing on my firmness in my stance, focusing on the firmness of his word that I'm standing on without even realizing it. And just having God be the focus of and be the basis of your faith, But yeah, that's basically what I talked about.
Looks good. It's really good.
Well, I hope so.
It is. Anyway, that's all we have. So yeah.
I know they're not here, but can we give them a round of applause? They were definitely awesome to have on that trip. Their influence went a long, long, long way. So, yeah.